Hey, Chris Liepe here, T.M.Revolution. So I've heard Hot Limit before. It's been decades. But a student of mine tipped me off to this version. At 55 years old, he's doing the first take version. I had to check this out. When I heard the original years and years ago, I thought, this guy has an incredible voice. He's right on the edge of that distortion. He's got such a wonderful, clean yet edgy tone. And I am really excited to hear this guy do it in this context all these years. 28 years later? Okay. Yeah. I mean, the thumbnail, but I was also warned that he was wearing the same outfit as in the original video. Awesome. I have so many questions. I know they're all going to get answered. But all the harmonies.
すいません。IFBB メンズフィジックジャパンチャンピオンシリーズということで、僕の好きな選手のフェイバリットポーズからスタートさせていただきました。最初が、金子俊、そして田口淳平で、最後が、上里城となっておりました。ありがとうございます。それでは、
Okay.
万感の思いを込めて行ってみよう。
Okay, now, it's super cool that we get to hear him talk, introduce, set context, and then just that last thing they did with his voice, not singing. But I guarantee you, those techniques, that finesse is going to come out here in a minute when he's actually singing.
万感の思いを込めて行ってみよう。
It's him, yo! Hey, hey! This guy gets it, man. Okay, so to the track. You never know with these first takes, right? It's like, they're going to do like a piano version? But I wonder what this means for all the background vocals. I'm so curious. Okay, he's still got most of, if not, I mean, very close to all of that ping, that edge, that sheeny clean that he had, bordering on breakup. But so far, and this is common from studio to live anyway, he's got more grit. He's crossing that line into distortion using compression. This is a very healthy distortion. Let's go back. Killer boots, man. Okay, listen to it. Yo, say! He has the control to create that compression, to create that grit on a lower note and then clean it up and ping it up. There's this a very bright, brash, but I don't use that in a negative way. Just a very present sound out of his voice. He's not straining to hit either of those notes, and he's proving it by the fact he can put on a little bit of distortion, layer the distortion over the top. The distorted note was lower. That's a bit of an epiglottal engagement. It's like flapping. That's less compression than what he did the first time, which is actually your combination of your false chords and most people arytenoid cartilage constricting the sound, constricting the airflow that is first passing through your vocal cords. So we have a clean note. Hey, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what he did for the first distorted note. But here, we're hearing an epiglottal rattle. I'm made of. There's so many things going on here. Those onsets. And notice I'm moving my placement from forward and very resonant and hitting me in the forehead to so sort of coming out the back of my head and synchronizing it with my vibrato. Now, is he thinking about all these things? No. He's over his massive career. He's created freedom by practicing different placements and coordinations, and now he can just flow through them naturally. Yes. Hear it? Dynamic placement. Great singers understand how to use dynamic placement to get all sorts of crazy tones and wonderful sounds out of their voice. It's got a very pleasant voice, too. And it's so okay. Notice how light so that was, and definitively like, oh, yeah, that note was. Mixed voice versus chest voice. If you'd like help realizing all of these kinds of opportunities with your own voice, I can help you. Click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. I'll help you methodically pull these things out of your voice so that you have the freedom to express with them. His distortions and placements are just, they're first class, man. Just another slight epiglottal rattle. Now, in this range, when compared with the original, he's got a slightly smokier, raspier sound to his voice, which is to be, I understand that 28 years later. But I'm amazed at also how much presence he has, how much ping he can still generate. I notice when he goes to the higher, cleaner notes, he's able to sort of remove that rasp and create very good closure, like someone who's 28 years younger. But he's letting this rasp through when he's singing lower, which is cool. This may very well be a choice, in addition to him realizing how his voice has aged and matured over time. That placement, right? There's no rasp. There's no like, it's not like he's always No, and he's not doing that really ever. I'm exaggerating it. But you hear that he's able to create this variety of rasp versus clean, sheeny, pingy. His voice is in great shape. Yo say, no, yo say, yeah, just a little bit of compression. Yeah, and I love how he combines it with vibrato at the same time, and even those little slides, like yo say. That was a beautiful note. So present, so pure and powerful. But not every note's like that. He's not going for that. He's going for variety of expression, which makes his voice so incredibly pleasant. From the looseness, too, is great. Hey! There's a music in there, too. Just calling out the placement. Akano. Now, you might say, oh, he's just saying different vowels. That's why. No. You can be very static with your placement and still say the vowels. This is the evidence of a master, a vocal master, to be able to capitalize on different vowel shapes and have this vast placement tonal palette because you understand how to dynamically resonate. I exaggerated that, but that was cool. He grew that distortion over that note. Now, that was not a rattle. That's not... It's not an epiglottis thing. That's a compression thing. It's higher. It's more subtle. I think easier to build on top of an existing tone. Oftentimes we have to modify our tone and placement to get that epiglottal rattle, even if it's momentary. I love that. There's this access to his head voice. He's sighing down to that note. Of course, I'm exaggerating even more. Listen for that, though. Very subtle. Not just he, but he. Very dexterous. Whew. I don't miss the background vocals at all. Let's talk about that movement. There's almost this ow. It's sort of back and it's loose. Ow. And then he brings it. This is not all right. No. Ow. It starts there though. Yeah. Forward. This is belt versus sort of crowed mixed voice. There's an element of head voice in that first in that note here. Now, I say there's an element of head voice because we're talking about a mixed placement. It's not I can't even do it. It's in order to get to that note, and lots of vocalists, and maybe he doesn't have to do this, but he's choosing to do this as an artistic expression. Create a lightness with it. All right. Notice I have no problem hitting that note in this mixed posture. But I could, I started to choke when I tried to strain up in pure head voice. This is a way to expand your range, and picking up on cues from expert vocalists like this is a wonderful way to work those things into your own voice. Again, if you'd like help with this, free course in the pinned comment or video description. Yeah. They need to put water into the studio, right? Now that was a wonderful epiglottal rattle with some compression. It's not just There's actually both happening. The epiglottis is involved as well as the compression, the high-placed compression. Notice how different they sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. Together, yeah. Cool, huh? You hear the airiness of the rasp and the distortion, the compression, and the growliness, growl, of the epiglottal rattle. Great singers release. They know how to chirp and sigh, exit out of particular phrases. Yeah, oh, yeah. He's doing this subtly throughout. That's the first time I pointed it out. Go back and listen to this again and see if you can pick out all the parts that he releases in kind of a funky way out of a note. It's not just about the entrances. Sorry, one other thing that's just awesome here that most people would probably overlook, or maybe they'd point fingers and complain about. That note was like pitchy, right? There's a vibrato. He's dipped under the pitch. This shows us two things. Number one, he's not ratcheted down with tuning. I don't know if they've spot tuned here at all. Who knows? However, in that instance, and in other instances that I've heard, we're not going for pitch perfect. We're going for the art of expression here. And he understands that, the listeners understand that, and so we don't care that these aren't pitch problems, these are pitch variations, which create more interest, by far. There's even an element of mix there, but he also brought in a little bit of compression. Notice there's this sort of like yawn. And then as he goes down, we hear that more belty chest thing happen. You can hear it in my voice too, even though I've got slightly different native timbres. The higher stuff is lighter. It's not more. It's actually slightly less. And then he groans in a confident belted chest voice. This both increases his range and his ability to be powerful everywhere, because he doesn't have to be the same power everywhere. There's a range of power in addition to the range of notes. I love how he's right up on that popper stopper. I mean, right there. He doesn't care. And I think the relationship that performers have with the microphone is extremely important. If you are timid, if your relationship is that of like, oh, I better not get too close, I don't want to hit it, then that's going to come out in your performance because you don't have this connection with it. The fact that he can get right up on it and just be like this and not really care. Maybe there's going to be some bumping and some interesting things that happen, but he was capturing a particular energy. So the technical, like, oh, you should be a certain distance from the mic, doesn't matter at all. Even that exit, listen to that. There's a grounding that's happening. I'm exaggerating it more than he's doing it, but he gets in touch with his lower, more brooding voice there at the end, and sort of he acquiesces to it. It's not just
ありがとうございました。それでは皆様お別れとなります。最後はですね、同じくメンズフィジークプロ、石本ファルク選手のフェイバリットポーズでお別れしたいと思います。それでは。 ありがとうございました。
And that's the other thing. You see this in the original, you see it throughout his career. There's a persona and there's a magic and an aura to this person that comes out in his actual vocal performances. And this is important for artists to realize and embrace, that it's by far more than just hitting notes or having a great voice. It's your character, it's your projection, it's your enthusiasm and authenticity that people resonate with often more. The voice is an expression, or should be an expression, of that total being, that authentic being. So awesome. Thanks for joining me for this. Thank you to my longtime student who suggested this to me. And again, if you'd like more help going through your own voice and pulling some of these tricks out in it, click that link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. Here's another first take vocal analysis video I'm sure you will enjoy.